Chris Christie did an Ask the Governor radio segment on a New Jersey radio show, and he went off on the idea of marijuana legalization.
It seems like, from what I'm hearing, that you're the only obstacle in the way right now in the state of New Jersey to actually go forth and legalize recreational marijuana. I know that Senator Sweeney and a bunch of the guys went to Colorado and they came back and they all had high hopes regarding it. They said how much money it could generate yearly in tax revenue, which would totally have to wipe out the gas tax.
Oh,
I mean, the revenue would be,
it's not even close. Mike, let me stop you for a second. Are you high right now? Because if you're telling me that tax on recreational marijuana would wipe out the gas tax raises $1.2 billion a year. At what level are you taxing recreational marijuana where you're going to generate $1.2 billion in tax revenue from recreational marijuana?
Governor, I should have said maybe adding that along with the gas tax.
Listen, that to me, legalization of marijuana for tax purposes, and that's the only way people justify it, because you can't justify it any other way. It's blood money. That's what it is to me. I have watched too many kids start their addiction with alcohol and marijuana and then move on to much more serious drugs. And every study shows that marijuana is a gateway drug. And studies have shown that marijuana causes damage.
Yeah, Chris. Blood money is when you keep it illegal. That's where there's going to be blood money, because if you keep marijuana illegal, who has a monopoly on the market? The drug cartels. The drug cartels, the people who literally in Mexico have beheaded people. I mean, you want to give these people more money, more power? Because that's what you're doing if you have marijuana illegal. If you legalize it, tax it, and regulate it, all of a sudden, they get shut down. They're not going to be able to compete with big corporations. So it was the same thing with prohibition, by the way, alcohol prohibition. When you had it illegal, the mafia got really powerful because they filled the void in the marketplace. So they got more powerful, crime went up, and they were vicious and brutal. Same thing happening with the drug cartels today. So the thing that you're concerned about, blood money if you legalize it for tax purposes. No, there's blood money right now because it's illegal. If you legalize it, crime drops. So he's got the argument exactly backwards. And then I like how he makes up, legalizing weed for taxes is the only justification people give. What? No, they don't. That's one of the reasons we give, but there's 18 other ones. I mean, for example, how about all the studies that show it's actually beneficial for you in many ways? How many ailments does marijuana help with? Have you seen that list? It's preposterous. It just keeps going on and on. It helps so many people with so many different things. And who is he to tell people, no, I don't think it helps you? They're like, no, Chris, this helps me. This is a guy who didn't allow the oil, I don't know how to pronounce it, cannabidiol, whatever it is, the oil that doesn't even get people high. But they use it, and they've used it for kids to stop seizures. It stops these kids who have epileptic seizures. It stops them from seizing. He didn't allow that in New Jersey because marijuana's bad. Well, hold on, Chris, that doesn't even get them high, and it's for kids to stop seizures. I don't care. So we're talking about a really stupid dude here, man. I mean, even given all the evidence of how good it is and how much it helps, he doesn't care. And also, when he says every study shows it's a gateway drug, what? No, it does not. He keeps making shit up. Every study shows it's a gateway drug. What kind of a joke is that? And furthermore, you want to talk about an argument to legalize marijuana? How about freedom? These are the same guys, and Chris Christie loves to make this argument. He's made it in other contexts. The Constitution is what it's all about, and these goddamn Democrats and liberals are taking away our freedoms. You just said, you totally sidestepped the issue of, hey, maybe you should have the freedom and the right to put in your body whatever you want to put in your body as long as you're not hurting anybody else. Totally sidesteps it. Well, I'm not for that freedom. I'm for other freedoms that are ones that I approve of. But I disapprove of that one, so yeah. And then also, come on, the gigantic hypocrisy, which is this guy's, he's so concerned about your health, which is why he wants to ban marijuana and not have it for recreational purposes. Chris, I think you have your own health issues to worry about here. Marijuana is to some people what fucking, cake and McDonald's is to you. I know I'm being an asshole here, but he's a big dude. He likes to eat. Now, he likes to eat to the point where it's detrimental to his health. In all seriousness, it is what it is, man. He can live his life however he wants to live his life. He's not physically hurting anybody else, so even though he's doing something that's bad for him, by all means. But he wants to take that right away from you. And by the way, the marijuana you smoke isn't as bad for you as the fucking gluttony he does is for him. So there's also a little bit of a false equivalence I'm giving off here. I don't want to do that. The marijuana is less bad for you than what he's doing with how much he's eating and all the shit he's eating. So, but either way, look, I'm not here to judge him. I want him to have that freedom in a fucking free country. He doesn't want you to have that freedom, though. His vice is okay. Your vice is not okay. So, spare me, Chris. Your arguments suck. The only thing you were right about was the amount of tax revenue. Yeah, it wouldn't bring in as much as that kid thought it would bring in. But that's only one of endless arguments as to why it should be legalized. I see nothing compelling in the other direction. There's nothing compelling as to why it should remain illegal.